Hi. I got done at Rural King quicker than I thought I would. Now I have a 50-pound bag of Start and Grow medicated feed, 2 bags of mini pellets, 1 bag of cracked corn, 3 bags of pine pellets, and a little tiny roll of chicken wire to put over top of the brooder box so them little sons of bitches don't fly off and die. Now we're on the road again. Something strange happened a while ago. I stopped to get some smokes. Oh, wait, you tipped over. And this guy said, "Are you Sarah Beth Terry?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I watch you on Facebook." I was like, "Awesome." We stood there and talked about shit for 2-3 minutes. Sorry, guys. You're hanging on literally with a hair tie. Hang on. I'm fixing you. I'm fixing you. Calm down. I just had to prop you back up. Being contrary today. Now we're better. Across the wide Ohio. What are you floating out there in the middle of the river? Y'all just, you're losing stuff up the river. You need to keep an eye on your shit. That is just a bucket floating down the middle of the river. How did it go, Jimmy? I only spent $85 and I got everything that I needed. So bravo to me. And I stopped a while ago and got me some cigarettes, and look what they had. I know. I'm so excited. I'm gonna finish my monster first before I open it up. Very few places this far east have L8s, and I stumbled upon one. Son of a bitch. I'm telling you, you're just gonna have to hang on for a minute. Every time we go around a curve, you tip over because you're held on right now with 2 ink pens and a hair tie. So just stay cool. Just be cool. Oh shit. Stay up. It's like talking to my first husband. Stay up. There we go. No. This worked perfect while ago. I don't know why it's being contrary. Did my ink pens fall out of line? No, there we go. We're going around another curve. I'm going to have to hang on to you. My phone holder is on the porch. And I don't want to hold the phone and drive because that is dangerous. Therefore, I put you on a hair tie and hung you from my air freshener. Now I'm headed back to the house so I can feed these starving babies. True story. Here comes half of a house. The only thing I wouldn't like about living in a modular home is the fact that they have to drive it right through town. Everybody's going to see what kind of house I'm going to get. Oh, here comes the other half of the house. Bravo. I was worried that they didn't have it. Can't be walking around with half a house. That's not a double wide, that's a single wide. Dummies. Is it supposed to rain all the live long day? I'd rather stay high and dry. Car wreck, Farmer Klein and Campbell. Nope, not a ladder. Oh, the hate that I'm getting on Instagram for saying I wasn't going to vote for Thomas Massie. Sorry. I'm not sorry. It's my vote. Women marched in the street 120 years ago, so I'd have the right to do what I wanted to with it. I wanted to vote against Thomas Massie. I did. He lost. Job done. And everybody's like, well, good job. Now you support Israel. I was like, weren't we supposed to support? I need to make up your mind. Either you're going to support Israel or you ain't, but you can't be riding both sides of the fence. And I find that all those people that are pissed off about Israel can't find it on the map. So be mad all you want to. I'm eager to see what Ed's going to do, considering that Thomas has been there for 15 years, and I can't tell any discernible difference other than the fact that he's starting to look more like Grandpa now that he's married into the camp. I lived next door to him for 2 years, but saw nothing. Saw no change in the way the world worked. Guess somebody else's turn. But if you don't like it, come November, vote for who you want to. It's just the midterms, friends. And yeah, we've usurped the seating statesman for 15 years. 15 years. That's a long time. His candidacy could drive next year. At some point, you have to believe in your own laws. And when you say term limits, that should apply to you as well. I think that everything should be approached like the Miss America pageant. You've got a year to get your shit done. 4 if you're lucky. That's it. Then it's somebody else's turn. But if you keep doing the same things you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. And then you're bitching about gas being $5 a gallon and don't understand why. Maybe because everybody that is in power is older than my grandmother. We don't even let her have a cell phone with Facebook on it. So, Massey is getting money from the Brotherhood now. He was getting money long before he was a statesman. He's been very wealthy for a very long time. I don't ask how people make their money unless it directly involves me, but I'm just not I have to be a fan of the person. You're representing us, you're representing me, you're representing my district, you're representing my people. And if I don't feel like you're one of us and you're not doing that job correctly, then I'm probably not going to vote you in as homecoming queen. Hello, Samantha. We're live again. We're driving back to the house so we can feed these chickens. There's still tires for sale at the pawn shop. No, Waffle House. That's why. They share a parking lot. I thought there was a tire sale at the Waffle House. At the pawn shop next door. See, Julian, they're worried about the wrong things. You don't have near enough to give a fuck about if you're worried about that. Building something. What I'm worried about right now is that it's Memorial Day weekend and I don't have any shows. I had a private show that they all couldn't decide if they wanted to do it on Friday or Monday, and then they decided not. That's great, but that leaves me kind of high and dry on a show when I had bookended the weekend for it. It's not their fault. You get two brothers and they can't decide whose houseboat they're going to get on. Things get wonky. I think that's true too, April. After a certain age, you should be like, okay, you're done. Now you can be on city council, local government, or a magistrate. Still be in power. I don't see no problem with still contributing, but maybe don't have near as much authority after you've had your turn. They'd be like having 10 Miss Americas, in my opinion. But considering that I'm a country music singer, songwriter, and comedian, no one's really asking me my political advice or input. They haven't asked me to be on the Brady Bunch square on Fox and Friends yet. I haven't been offered my own TV show. People probably don't give a fuck about my politics. They do give a fuck about what I have to say about chickens and the state of the world and state of the music. And we talk about porch things that we would talk about if we were on the phone as friends. Me and Wes Ship were talking about that last night. I said, basically, we just had our typical FaceTime conversation. We just had an audience for it. That's pretty much it. I forget about this switch around every time, and I always get in the wrong lane to get back on the interstate. All is well. I can fix it. Yes. Just making sure. That is my car key. Yeah. Take it out of my pocket. I don't have this. I have a push button, and sometimes I leave them in my hoodie, and then my car will start making a noise, and I'm like, oh, that's my bad. I had my keys in my pocket. Hi, Stacy. Wendy's has sweet and sour back just for a bit. That's what it said. There used to be a Dairy Queen in Clay City that used to say, free straw with every drink purchase. God bless. I get tickled at every time. Now it says, try our ultimate devil flamethrower burger. God bless. I'm like, okay. Going around another curve, I may have to hang on to you. Hang on to your tits. We're going into traffic. Somebody asked me today, Christy at the shop, she said, you going to do any more comedian shows? I was like, I do comedian shows all the time. I don't know if I'm going to get to collaborate. Because, as you know, stand-up comedians don't really travel in groups. So, kind of lone wolves. We might team up and collab, but we don't really like stand on the stage together and spin off jokes. That's a duo. That's a Penn and Teller thing. That's a Siegfried and Roy kind of thing. We don't have no tigers. I got no sequence, you know. So, as much as I love to collaborate with other people, I cannot be held responsible for the speed of your joke or comprehension. So if I'm talking faster than you and delivering punchlines faster than you, and then you get your feelings hurt about it because you didn't get the joke and you're also a stand-up comic, that's really not my problem. It's like people who get on the stage with me with a guitar and be like, I don't know how to play. I don't have time to teach you. We're in the middle of a song. Being on stage in the middle of a live audience is not really the time to learn your profession. It'd be like your doctor looking at Wikipedia while he's got you cut open and be like, I don't know if I trust this. Hello, Angela. What's going on? Hi, Lisa. Lisa, did you hear the good news? I'm so excited. I'm coming to Leesville, Louisiana. Everybody should mark it on their calendar for May 1st, 2027. I'm going to be the headliner at Mayfest. I don't know why I said that to you, Lisa. I don't know if you're anywhere near there, but you were the first one that popped up, so I thought I'd tell you first. Oh, she was reading an actual book with pages. I know. Can't even stand it. You have a calf you're trying to bottle feed. We're looking to move south with our proper votes. Well, Susan, I recommend anywhere in the Appalachian region if you like good friends, good food, and good comfort. We'll treat you like family. We'll fight with you like family too, but we'll treat you like family. I recommend, there's a lot of cool places in the Taze Valley region. There's a lot of cool places around Red River Gorge and Powell County and Lee County area. There's a lot of land that's coming up for sale in the Grayson area. I've been watching on Zillow. So anywhere down your I-64 corridor, if you like the feel of a small town with the convenience of a big city not far away, anywhere on my I-64 corridor is recommended, from Beckley, West Virginia, all the way to Lexington, Kentucky. There's plenty of places to pull off and make camp. That's my opinion. Raining in Fort Worth. It's raining in Fort Worth. That's not a song, but it should be. Morning, Laura. How are you? Hello, Jamie. Oh, I didn't have my back windshield wiper on. I was like, come on back here. How's it so misty? I get misty when holding your hand. Have to get over because this lane ends. Hello to you, Michelle. What's going on? Hello. Hello to the 86 people in the car with me. Haha, it's like a clown car. How many people can we fit in a Nissan Pathfinder? 85. Good morning, Colorado. How are you? Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. What's up, Brent? If you're gonna go, go. If you're gonna go, just go. What going on? Whole lot of traffic going on. Why am I singing just random parts of songs this morning? It's like I have musical ADD. Oh, did you see that left lane ended, did you? And that you have to get your big ass over? Did you see that? See that big sign 8 miles back there that said that left lane's going to end? Yeah, you saw it? Good job. Is the Start and Grow better with medicated or non-medicated? My personal preference is medicated. It keeps the coccidiosis at bay, which is terrible this time of year with the weather changes. They all get kind of a stuffy nose, and you'll find one dead in the coop just quick as a rip. So my advice is to get medicated, as to avoid the costly fees of Corid and vet fees later. And it's not that much more expensive. Just go ahead and get the medicated. I like to get the 20% protein one, the Purina. It's like a 50-pound bag for like $27. And that'll last me a while because them babies ain't going to eat that much food the first couple months. Sorry, I dropped my lighter. My big dogs, birds, I can't say dogs because I have dogs. My big birds go through about 20 pounds of feed a day, 20, 25 pounds of feed a day. So if I get 100 pounds of feed, that's going to last me, you know, about 5 days. But I have found that one bag usually covers 2 days. So 20 to 25 pounds. So if I'm going to feed for 10 days, I need 5 bags of feed. And usually I get a variety and I'll mix them all together. I like to make my own feed out of scratch grain, cracked corn, parsley, sage, red pepper, and garlic. Might as well wait and season the chickens. It helps with their respiratory and it helps with their egg production as well. And then I mix it with mini pellet feed, and then I usually give them a bucket of that a day. And I don't use chicken feeders because they just spill them out because the turkeys are stupid. So I have these big, huge enamel tubs that my granny used to suck my papa's feed in and or break beans in. Son of a buck. I dropped my lighter again. I keep flipping it in my hand and I shouldn't do that. But anyway, that's what I feed them out of, because it has to be a shallow enough dish that they can drink out of, but also it has to be big enough that the turkeys can get their head into it and they can't get their head into the smaller water. So I just put it in my big enamel tubs and then I can rinse them out because they're enamel tubs. My granny used them. I don't see the big deal. It's probably fine. Hibernation. It's not whipping now because it ain't raining like it was. That was what it was. It was just the drip coming off of my sunroof. You stay your big happy ass over there in your lane. If it's another 5-year-old, yep, 5-year-old that probably don't speak no damn English. If y'all don't start training these CDL drivers better, I'm going to start brake checking with my full coverage. Because face it, girls, I'm younger and have better insurance. Tawanda. Don't they see me coming? They see me rolling. Turns out that wasn't a groundhog earlier. That was just a tree stump that looked like a groundhog. You can see it better when it's not raining so hard. You are hauling some kind of car. Hello, Nashville. How are you? Nobody can afford anything anymore, Lord. I'm about damn near smoking the butts. If I have some coupons, I'll buy them. But I'm going to have to quit smoking. And then what kind of cigarette mom would I be? $12 a pack seems excessive even for a habit. It is now cheaper to buy an ounce of weed than it is to fill up your car with gas. I'm going to say that again. It is cheaper to buy an ounce of marijuana than it is to fill up your 25-gallon car with gas. Stay high, stay home. Good catch, Jenny. That's directly from Kathy Bates' character in Fried Green Tomatoes, one of my favorite movies of all time. I need a bag of sugar. Shit. That means I'm going to have to stop at the Walmart. Should have got Sugar Wise at Rural King. I forgot they sell it there too. Oh well, it'll be alright. Yesterday I made a gallon of sweet tea with a half a cup of honey instead of 3/4 cup of sugar, and Sean couldn't tell the difference, so I might just use honey. It's probably better for us anyway. Expect delays. It's West Virginia. Y'all are running out of Band-Aids to put over the potholes. I expect we'll probably have a lot of delays. That monster is empty. Time to crack the L8. Just don't ash in the wrong bottles here. Just had your weed delivered. Through DoorDash? Or Uber Eats? I think that DoorDash would be a great idea for the future. Hello. Good to see you guys. Right. All I'm going to do is buy a bag of sugar. I'm not going to go to Walmart just for a bag of sugar. I'll go to the Dollar General for that tomorrow or something. I don't want to do that today. We don't need no sweet tea today. We're all right. I know I forgot, Stephanie. I was just there, and I forgot that they also sell sundry items like that for your pantry, and I just was like, feed and get out, because I didn't even look at the baby chickens. I just got out. I was in and out in like 20 minutes. I was proud of myself. Uber weed. I still think it should be called door hash. Hash dash. Or they yanked my tooth out last Thursday. It's hurting today. It's because my sinuses are draining with this weather. That's alright. Look at you, Rhonda. Do they pay you to say that? Because they should. So we have tonight's Bible study at 7 o'clock. If you still need me for any kind of Memorial Day festivities, holler. As I stated earlier, the brothers that I was going to play for couldn't decide whose houseboat they were going to have the party on, so they just canceled it. I was like, that was stupid. That's okay. But, if you need me, holler. Yeah, I'm the same way, Angela, and today I forgot sugar, so, yeah. Sorry, my tooth's bugging me. Well, lack of a tooth. It's just a big hole in my jaw right now. So I gotta go home and unload all this feed. Take my L8s and put them inside. Shit the bed, Fred. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop anyway, motherfucker. It's alright. I figured I was probably going to have to anyway. I should have got off at that exit, but it's alright. I'll just have to circle back. Thank you, Samantha. I wasn't sure about this color today. I feel like it kind of washes me out, but if you say it looks alright, then I'll go after it. I've been thinking about doing that with y'all anyway. I need to go through my closet and I need to try everything on. And y'all got to be actual friends and be like, Sarah, that don't look good on you, because I get thrift blind, and I'm like, but it was so cheap, I need to keep it, you know. Rhonda, that's awesome. Hello, Jan. Missed the tooth story again. There's no story. I grit my teeth when I sleep. I broke a tooth. It was one of my back molars that should have been taken out when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. It was embedded into my jaw. They carved it out of my fucking skull. And now I'm trying not to get dry socket while trying to keep my nicotine intake at its normal rate. In the meantime, the weather has had a 40-degree swing in the last 3 days, which means my sinuses are all messed up. And that's really fun when you've got 2 teeth missing out of your head, because you're like, can you get my hand-me-downs? I think I'm going to put them on the website and be like, this was worn once at Barrel 53 for a show. I've been thinking about that. My friend Devin says I have such a good fashion sense about stuff that I should just put together outfits and be like, here, you can buy the whole outfit. Just save it for later in case the Country Music Hall of Fame calls and says, do you still have that dress? I'm going to take some Excedrin. I'm going to have to take a nap. I've been up since 5 o'clock. I didn't want to. But the dog has a big plastic bone, and sometime around 4:45, he decided it'd be a really good idea to start throwing it up in the air and trying to catch it, which means it just clangs on the floor with a big loud thud. And that woke me up. And of course, then he's like, oh, you're up. Can we go pee? And I'm like, yep. Yep, we can. So I've been up for a while. And then my plan, if it executes as I have intended, is that I'll get home, unload this feed the chickens, put the load in the dryer, wake Sean Darling up, and while he is stirring about for his morning hour of meditation and waking up, I'll just take a tiny little cat nap, and that way I'll be ready for vocals along about 11 o'clock. That's maybe noon. I hate to sing before noon. Just a rule I have. I'm going to start instituting a nap time every day. I think that I should take a nap every day, and I totally take back all the times in kindergarten when I refused to lay down and take a nap. I feel like I should be able to have a punch card for that now in my 40s and be like, I'm going to use my nap time today. I really feel like if we bring back naps, a little afternoon siesta. That's one thing I loved about Italy. When I lived in Italy, every day about 2 o'clock, they'd be like, go home. I was like, why? They're like, siesta. It's like, cool. So we go home, and you take a break from like 2 to 5. Rest, take a nap, eat some supper, come back to work about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and you're there till about 9 o'clock at night in the cool of the evening, which is fantastic. I loved it. I loved working in the kitchen at nighttime because you could hear all the sounds of the street, and the air was just sweet. I don't know how to explain it. Something about cooking over a big wood oven, a big brick oven, a big wood fire oven, and having the big, huge windows of the kitchen open, and you can just hear everything going on the street below. It was just, I miss those days. I really didn't appreciate them when I was there because I was miserable with my ex-husband and didn't realize it. We just had nothing in common. So I wanted to go see things and do things and like explore Italy. And he was like, I'm going to stay here and play the Xbox. I was like, okay. So it is what it is. But if I ever get to go back, I wonder if I could still take up like my pastry chef duties. And anyway, it'd be fun. Just a dream. I'm thankful for the opportunity that I got to learn at the hands of Antonio Carlucci, which is one of the best friggin' pasta chefs in the world. He taught me a lot about what I know about Italian cooking. I can cook anything Cajun. I can cook anything Italian. I can cook anything Southern. You start varying from those 3 basic geographical regions, I'm probably not much help. I got my chef and culinary training in the most random places with the most specific food. Sean was like, can you make sausage gravy? I'm like, no, but I can make eggplant parmesan. He's like, that's not the same. He's like, nope, it's not. Hello. Oh, see, Laura, you get your tried nap every day. Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Eve. Tomorrow your insurance goes down and you technically can retire. Congratulations. Junior, you have a woodpecker. What a weird thing to call Ted. It's a joke. What time is dinner? I don't know. Whenever I decide to cook. Last night I didn't cook till 9 o'clock and I didn't have anything to cook, but I had some chicken thawed out. So, I was like, what's in my refrigerator so I don't have to go to the grocery store? So I got out 4 chicken breasts and I put them in a cast iron skillet. And I just coated the skillet with a little bit of oil. And I put them 4 chicken breasts in there, and then I covered the whole thing with Olive Garden Italian dressing. And then I cut up cherry tomatoes, garden peppers, an onion, and some carrots, and I just threw it all in there. Add a little seasoning. I threw the whole cast iron in the stove for like an hour and 10 minutes. And then I served it over a bed of garlic mashed potatoes. Kind of like a Italian chicken piccata. It's not, but it's just what reminded me. If I'd had capers and asparagus, but it was just the whole, it was almost like a shepherd's pie. It was like an Italian shepherd's pie, if you want to really get like specific about it. I made it up. I would be really good in a chopped kitchen. I really would. I'd be like, what can we make with a can of green beans, a can of chocolate frosting, some ramen noodles, and some marshmallow fluff. I'm like, I got this. Don't worry about it. They asked me to be on Chopped back when I lived in Louisiana and I couldn't get away from work. Tammy Robert Rose. But they asked me to be on the Chopped kitchen. I was 32 years old. But could you imagine my little backstory? Everybody on the Chop Kitchen's like, I've been in the culinary arts since my family started the first bistro in Brooklyn, New York in 1905. I'll be like, I like to eat. I'm a fat girl. And I'm also a 90s kid who used to put shredded cheese on tortilla chips and throw them in the microwave. So, you know, like, I know how to make shit if I have to, and if I'm hungry. So, that was kind of I thought, well, how am I going to explain this? I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and I'm a country music singer and songwriter and comedian. However, when I am not on stage, I'm usually in the kitchen. Because as some venue owners have told me, that's where I belong. Oh, that still makes me mad to this day. I know that I should just let stuff go, but certain things that people say still stick with me. Like, I had a publisher once ask me how much success an overweight, middle-aged, undereducated housewife from Eastern Kentucky expected to have in the music business, to which I referred him to Loretta Lynn and Patty Loveless and Winona Judd. And he still didn't understand the irony of his statement, so that's how he ended up buying the Chris Stapleton's J35 at Carter's Guitars to avoid a lawsuit. I don't get mad, I get even. Just like the guy that told me the horse belonged in the kitchen and not on the stage, and then he hopped off and spit a loogie in my face in the Belafonte Country Club parking lot when knowing that he owns a music venue himself in Ashland. And then wondered why I never talked to him again. I'm like, because I should have charged you with assault, you little Guido. That's all right. He's robbing all my friends blind, too, and they're starting to see that he's actually a swindler and doesn't know shit about the music business. It's funny with people with deep pockets think that they have musical talent, and they don't. You should probably be in politics, since all you're going to do is throw your money around for shit that don't matter. I'm not going to name names. It seems rude without putting it to a tune. Hello. Oh, Robert. See, Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Good news. May 1st, 2027. Guess who's headlining Mayfest? That's a red light. I forget you can't turn right on red here. Muscoozy. Now it's green. Good job, Sarah Beth. And here we go round the land of I gotta get sugar. I know, I'm not happy about it either, but what can I do? What can I do? Hello. I know, Lisa, can you stand it? Henry called me last night. I like to die. I was like, are you sure that you want me to headline Mayfest? So tell all the old crew, get them all together. We have to make SB t-shirts. We should call Shell and Spanky and see if they'll come in from Oklahoma. We need to get the LOLs back together. Call Lisa Greer. Call the Legion. Call the police jury. Oh, it's funny. So I'm excited to come back. I should have taken the other exit. I hate backtracking. Somebody asked me today, they said, did you really take your husband's ex-wife's Kohl's cash and buy shoes? I went, yeah. I said, but it's not like I stole from her. I mean, it was a coupon and it was probably going to expire soon. It's not like her Kroger points that I use all the time. I wonder how many times she goes to Kroger and she's like, I should have points. And I'm like, yeah, you should. But you don't. Anyway. I'm petty. I don't care. There's worse things I could be. This red light? Really? Mother fathers. Can I turn right on red here? There's no sun saying otherwise. Can't do it. Can't do it anyway. Can't do it. There's my girl. I love her. Oh. Okay. Do y'all just want to sit right here for 2 seconds? Stay in the car. Keep it running. I'm just going in to get a bag of sugar. And probably some rolling cones. But mostly a bag of sugar. What's important? What's in your wallet? 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. Oh! 11, 12, 13, 18. Is that it? Yeah, it's it. I just gotta run in here and get back to sugar. We all sit right here. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Like, jump, like right back. Like, just sit still. Stay in the car. Sorry, I had fans. Hi. My girl was asking about my next show, and I love her. The girl that works the checkout. Looky here. Do you want to know how much this 4-pound bag of sugar is right now? $7.39. $8. That means that sugar is $2 a pound. Now I got sugar in my lap looking like I've been doing cocaine. God. All right. Let's head towards the farm, shall we? All right, so in case anybody is keeping track, I'm playing January. Sarah Beth. June. You know, the month coming up after this one. June the 6th in Sapphire, North Carolina. If you haven't made your reservations or RSVP to the event, do that now because it is limited seating. So, just letting you know. I want you to get there and you be turned out. And you're like, but Sarah, and I'll be like, but I told you. Should have RSVP'd. Hurley Schmerks. I got a couple of good pennies. Oh! I had a couple good pennies. Is that where my weed pen went? Because I can't find it. You damn thieves. Can't trust y'all for me. Ha ha. Just kidding. We're off to see the wizard. Hello. Boo! I'm back. Charlie just had to run inside real quick and get some sugar. I ran in there and get me some sugar. I'm headed back towards the chicken coop. I'm excited. When am I coming to Cincinnati? As soon as you get me a show there. Simple as that. Find me a place to play. Place to sing, smoke, and shower. Sleep. The S things. Oh, it's going to be a rainy day all day. But, like we were talking about earlier, if y'all could like go down the rabbit hole and listen to some of the unreleased stuff that I've been working on the last couple of years and just tell me which ones you like, because I'm going into the studio in like 3 weeks. So I want to make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row. Miranda probably send it a little closer to it. My website has a mind of its own sometimes. It's like, oh, your show's not for another 2 weeks, so we'll send this out in a week to remind everybody. It just... Thank you to the new subscribers on both YouTube and Facebook, and to the email list on the website. Awesome. You stay abreast of all the Sarah Beth information. I even subscribe to my own channel because Sean will tell me things that I didn't know. So thank you. Sarah Palooza, baby. That's awesome. The 13th annual. I love that. I have Saronica, which is the 8 days of my birthday. We are the same, you know. That's why you have Sarah with an H, because it's spelled right. I'll wait for you. Take your time. Take your time. Anytime. Great. Gonna have to go unload feed in the rain. That branch fell down. Y'all better watch. That's gonna hit somebody in the windshield. Oh, Vicky, I'll have to look for it. Sometimes it sends my shit to spam and I have to search for it, so I'll look for it. Thank you for telling me. I'm telling you, this new update has screwed all of my friggin' communication up. I'm like, I tried to talk to Wes 3 times yesterday and it kept freezing my dad burn live up. And I was like, there's only 200 people. Not to be an asshole, but normally there's a couple thousand of us on the porch. And I was like, that's weird. They must have me on a shadow ban. And then finally Wes was able to connect with me last night. But even then we got disconnected like 2 times and had to come back on. The new update's just weird. That flatbed trailer's for sale if anybody's looking for a stage. I don't know what kind of bird that was. Oh, you want mine and Sean's story? Sure. Okay. I was on tour in Portsmouth, Ohio for Labor Day about 3 years ago. And Sean was crashing at his buddy's house because he was recently getting a divorce. And we matched on Bumble. I had never been on there. I was kind of pissed off at my bandmates because they were drunker than Cooter Brown at 5 o'clock in the evening. I didn't want to deal with that all night. So instead, I got on Bumble and I found him. And he was the first one that like popped up. And I was like, you're cute. I was like, I could go eat some Waffle House right now. So I swiped right. And immediately a message popped up and said, I love your smile. And I was like, of course you do. And I said, where are you at? And he said, I'm just fixing to have some Chinese food and marijuana. And I said, hey, I said, I have chopsticks and rolling papers. Where are you? So he told me where he was, and I drove an hour and 27 minutes into the West Virginia woods, thinking probably this was not a great idea. And called a couple of my friends and said, if you don't hear from me by midnight, maybe make a call. And we sat up all night and smoked weed and talked about Jimmy Buffett and talked about music. And the reason we talked about Jimmy Buffett is because he died. Literally on the way to his house, I got the text alert that Jimmy Buffett had died. And I was like, that's weird. So anyway, then the next day we got up and had coffee, and I went on to my show. And I said, why don't you come to my show? And he said, I'll think about it. And I said, promise me. And I was bullshitting him, whatever. And he did. He came to my show, and on the way to the show, he called me and he said, where do I go? And I said, could you stop and get me a pack of smokes? And he thought, I'm not going to talk to this girl because she's already asked me to buy her cigarettes. Like, whatever, I don't care. I was just trying to shake him, honestly, to see if he was for real or not. And he came to my show, and he never left. And we've been together 900 and some odd days. We've only spent 36 hours apart since then, and it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. We've been married a year. We've been together since September of 2023. I was divorced. He was divorced. And we fell in love over music and marijuana. So, two pretty cool things to have in common. And now, thank the good Lord, we've both got back into church. We both got back into our Bible. We have put God first in our marriage. And we don't drink anymore. And we're trying to be nicer people, just kind of doing our thing. But I think that's the point of marriage, is to try to make each other better. I don't have good service on my road. So I pulled over, and I thought I'd visit with y'all for a minute. Here at what I call the Algreens, because the W is burned out. So it just says Algreens. So, no, Sean is my soulmate. We fight like cats and dogs, and when we boil it down, it's not really that we're fighting. We've learned this about each other. Sean, he attacks things from a very logical and meticulous position. Like, he's very mind on the mission, left brain. Me, I'm kind of like fly by the seat of my pants. And sometimes that goes real well together, and sometimes it doesn't. So, you just have to pick your battles. I thought I knew that person for a second. So, anyway. I got my sugar. I got my feed. I got my L8s. I got my cones. I got my chicken wire. Is there anything else that I'm supposed to get? I don't think so. Not today. I'm just dreading the day. Not dreading. Just rainy days mean I have to do a lot of housework and do a lot of busy work. And I don't like doing either one of those things. And I need to do some admin. Actually, what I really need, and this sounds so vain, but I need somebody to indulge me for like a couple of hours and just FaceTime me. Have like their phone in front of them and their computer so I can send you songs and be like, what do we think about this song? And it can be like, okay, I'm ranking this from 1 to 10. Okay, I don't like this one. This is a 10. I want this one. This is number 1 to me. Okay. Like, I need somebody to just be a sounding board so I can bounce some ideas off of it. Because I know Sean gets so worn out listening to me prattle about stuff. But, like, I need, like, a sounding board. Like, I need, like, a focus group. Does that make sense? So, if you want to be in my focus group, all you have to do is have access to FaceTime and a secondary option in order to listen to things on. Like, if you have a laptop, and we can communicate and talk on FaceTime. Because my whole thing is that I like to see people's reaction to songs. Because if I can see your reaction, then I know how the song's going to hit. I know how it's going to affect people. And your face doesn't lie. Your mouth will, but your face won't. So, I can tell if somebody's hearing a song and being like, and then I see the tears, I'm like, that's a song. If they're sitting there and they're like, this is a really good song, I'm like, you don't like this song. I'm not being an asshole, I was studying to be a musicologist. This is basically giving somebody a playlist instead of a Prozac. But instead of me finishing my clinical degree, which, I realize I'm just as crazy as the people I was trying to diagnose, I decided to start writing songs. But I still use that basis in psychology and psychiatry to be like, okay, wait a minute. Now, if this is the human condition and this is the way that, and this is, then this song's going to hit harder about this. See what I'm saying? So, I would do a live about it, but good Lord, that's a whole lot of opinions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need people that are like, not that not everybody's dedicated, but not everybody has a lot of time to spare, especially with kids and graduation and prom and Memorial Day and vacations. And I get it. Life goes on. But if I had just like a focus group of like 8 or 10 people that I could be like, okay, now we're all on FaceTime and this is the song, sending it to everybody. We're all going to listen. Okay. Jan, what's your opinion? Denisha, what's your opinion? Helen, what's your opinion? And that way that I have like a varied opinion instead of me just playing it for other songwriters and other artists and other comedians and other producers, because we all do this all the time. I have a fresh perspective of people who actually buy and consume music in the wild. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't, but in my head it does. So if you want to be part of the focus group, either put in the comments me or send me a DM on my Facebook so I can add you and we can do like a little focus group. Because did you know that I can add you to like a message group and then we can all FaceTime each other like the Brady Bunch? I used to do this during COVID with all of my co-writers, and I was like, we actually took a FaceTime video of all of us doing like, it was really funny. So, all right, well, I have to run in here to the Walgreens since I'm already here because I'm out of my eye cream. You can probably tell because normally my eyes look like this, and today they look like this. Look like a brow lift. All right, anyway. That's what I know from this side of the hill today. I'm going to go get stuff done before this next rain ban hits me because I really want to get this feed unloaded. I did the math in my head. I have 400 pounds worth of feed to unload. That's my cardio for the day. So, anyway. If you missed the mission objective, then go back and watch the replay here in a minute. I will be busy for the next hour or so trying to get shit unloaded. But if you would like to be part of the focus group, then let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys at 7 o'clock for the Feral Christian Bible Study. And I'm going to smoke one more cigarette. Because I can. Because I'm grown up. Drive a Dodge Stratus. See? We can have a party. A listening party. That's what I'm looking at. Like, there's shit that I'm wanting to, like, cut. But I've just got the work tape so far. And I don't want to spend the money and the time and the energy and the studio band and the producers and the... If I can go, do we like this song? And then like 8 of us go, yep, and 2 of us go, no. Or like all 9 of us go, no, next album. You know, like, what kind of eye cream? I like the Olive Olay Ultimate Eye Cream that comes in a little tiny bottle. It's like $30. But it does really good for, especially with my dark eyes. I got more baggage than the Delta Airlines. Like, I got to do something about it. And it's like Ashley McBride said the other day, she goes, they want you to age gracefully, but they don't want you to get older, and they want you to look natural, but not that natural. And I'm like, I get it. I sat and cried last night on the couch for like 15 minutes, and Sean's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, my dreams are finally coming true, but I'm too old to do any of it. He goes, no, you're not. And I'm like, I feel like I am. I feel like I'm irrelevant. I feel like no matter what I do in the world, it's just noise. And I feel like that's not true, but it's just the doubt in me. And I'm going, this next project, I want it to not be another album that you listen to, another thing that you binge, another thing that you buy and keep in your dash. And you're like, nah. I want it to be a world that you walk into. I want you to feel like you're part of a Wicca fan club. I want, I want you to be like, I know who the Joker is. I know who the Queen of Hearts is. I know who, I want you to feel like you're part of something. I want you to feel like you're part of the story too. So that's what the next step is going to be a huge undertaking. But considering that y'all got me here and y'all come to my porch and you all give me advice just as much as I give you advice, and we support each other and we lift each other up in prayer and we lift each other up, and we're this is what we do. We're friends. We do this on the porch. I feel like I should ask your all's opinion just the same. So I'm liking Ella Langley's stage setup. I love Sierra Farrell's stage setup. I've always loved Dolly's stage setup because it is a production. It's not just somebody on the stage with a guitar. Like it's a show. It's the entertainment business. So I'm trying to develop it into more of a stage production and less of a everybody's going to get there and tell jokes and play her guitar for 3 hours. Like, I would rather you be like, oh, this is the part of the show where she's the queen of hearts. This is the part of the show where she's cigarette mom. This is the part. I want it to be a one-person show, but you feel like you've been to a different world. I feel like you've been like, that was so cool. That's just my idea. Now, all I need is a huge stack of money, a lot of contractors, a fuck ton of gigs, and about 10 more Grammy Award winners to cut my songs. I mean, I'm not asking for the world. It's $2 million and an 8 ball of cocaine. I feel like God's not done with me yet, and there's a reason why all of these doors are starting to open up, and why y'all are on the porch, and why we're making friends and not just making fans. I feel like there's a reason why all of this is clicking at the same time. And I feel like I've been standing at the gate waiting to get on the roller coaster for like 15 years. And I'm like, everybody else get on. Everybody, you go ahead. You go ahead. And now it's finally my turn. And nobody will get off the damn ride so I can get on it. So that's what I feel like right now. And I'm not trying to be vain. I'm just the last one asked to the dance, you know. And it sucks. But at least I'm getting to go to the dance. And I should probably pick out my shoes and pick out my dress. So anyway, if you want to be part of the focus group, send me a message. If you want to do a private house concert, send me a message. If you have any place that you want us to play in the neck of woods near you, and you know the booker or the person in charge or the place that we need to play or the person we need to talk to, send me a message. Because I would love to take this show on the road. I am at the Al Greens. Told you this because the W's burned out. It's real close to the Mickey DG's. It's about 40 miles from that Mickey DG's that's on TikTok. If you've never been to the Mickey DG's, it's a combo McDonald's Dollar General in Hamlin, West Virginia. And I call it the Mickey DG's. Mickey DG's. Stupid. I feel like the one thing going for me right now is the fact that I'm not bullshit. Yeah, I might use AI to help me make posters. I might use AI to help me fucking organize my calendar. I might use AI to be like, hey, what's the story of Stone Mountain? Why is everybody so pissed off about it? Why does it look like a John Arrowhead? But that's the extent of my involvement with AI. You about took the front of my Pathfinder off, son, and I would have whooped your ass like you owed me money. Here at the Al Greens. But anyway, everybody I feel like is getting real pissed off about AI are the people that are either threatened by it or don't know how to use it properly. I'm transparent about the fact that I'm completely honest with you on the porch. There's no filters on these videos. This is what I look like at 10:36 on a Thursday morning when it's raining outside. But I also understand that I'm in the show business industry and that you expect a production and that sometimes I have to have help from other people and other things to do that. I don't think anybody's going to Disney World going, I bet that ain't the real Mickey Mouse. It's probably not him. As long as the art is true and the artist is true that's presenting it, then I think that the package that it is being delivered in is up for debate, and it's all semantics. That's what I think. All right. To summarize, we found a bag of sugar. I'm headed to the house with my chicken feed. I found L8s in Ohio. Going to be a rainy day. If you want to be part of the focus group, let me know. If you want to book a gig, let me know. If you want us to come to your neck of the woods, let me know. If just let me know. So, in the meantime, friends, keep your Bibles open, your powder dry, and your head on a swivel. Be nice to old people, animals, and children. Love your neighbor as yourself. And if you can't give it to God, I'll see you at 7 o'clock for the Feral Christian Bible study there on the porch. Grab your Bible, grab your smokes, and I'll see you there. God will too. I love you. I mean that. There's nothing that you can do about it. In the meantime, remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry. You're not. Bye.